So again, my name is Amber and I will be hosting the webinar today. I have a background in business, a background in education, and so Play Attention has been an integral part in that program or in that process over my career. And I thought it would be great for us to meet and just talk about how we can enhance our Play Attention program. We're obviously going to be talking about enhancing our marketing today, but just talking about how we can really grow and build that Play Attention business. What are some ways that we can find our audience and how we can really market? If you don't have a Play Attention program, that's perfectly okay. This is going to be something that is still going to be very useful for you. However, if you don't have a Play Attention program, we're not going to really get into the details necessarily of how Play Attention works. So if you're interested in that, you can type in consultation in the chat box and we will make sure that we connect with you and provide you more details with that. There'll be an opportunity for you to do that at the end as well. So we just want to make sure if you're interested in that, you can do that as well. So again, if you have any questions about Play Attention, you can definitely type in consultation and we will talk about those. So let's go ahead and get started. So this week, again, we're going to be going live at 11:30 Eastern time all week, and we're going to cover different topics as we go through. Number one, today we're going to be talking about enhancing your marketing with Canva. So we're really going to focus on Canva. And the reason why Canva is a really great, simple program to use, none or very low cost. There are some different options that you have available, and it really provides you with a variety to market your business, your Play Attention program. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to know and find your audience. That's really important when we're talking about building our business because we want to find the individuals that are looking for us, right? And that can help us with that. Wednesday, we're going to talk about how to engage those clients. How do we engage and interact with those clients that we found? Once we know that audience, how do we work with them? Thursday, we're going to be talking about how to reach more. So obviously finding the ones that really want us and need us is very important, but we also want to kind of cast that net a little bit wider. Once we have that network that we know, that client base that we know, how do we grow and what are the things that we can do to build that? Or how can we address more of those clients to really get a better return on investment? And then Friday, we're just going to be doing a Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and go live at 11:30 like normal, and we are going to go through questions that maybe aren't very easy for us to address in each webinar format. So Friday will really be for some of those bigger questions. So please think about those. I'm going to give you an opportunity to submit them. You can always email them to me. And so that way on Friday, we can address those and I can gather the information throughout the week. So if you have a very specific question to what we're talking about, right? How do I do this on Canva? We will address that. But if you have kind of a bigger question, we will be looking at that piece specifically in our Q&A on Friday. So think about those questions. Please submit them. That way we get a lot out of that meeting on Friday. So that's kind of what the schedule looks like for the week. And we're really excited to share this information with you. So today we're going to be talking about Canva. How do we use it to enhance your marketing? So this is where I'm going to start to ask you for that interaction. So if you're familiar with Canva, if you've used it before, raise your hand. If you have not, if you've never even heard of it, that's perfectly okay as well. But if you've heard of it and you've used it, raise your hand. I just want to kind of get an idea today of the audience. And so it looks like just a few of you actually have used it. It doesn't even look like a quarter of you today have used it. So that is great. You're exactly where you need to be. Now, for those that have used it before, this will be an opportunity as well to learn a little bit more. I feel like every time I attend a webinar, even if I'm familiar with the platform, there are always some tidbits that I learn. So I'm looking forward to providing those with you today, or providing those for you today. So I'm ready. How do I get the word out, right? So I have my Play Attention system, or I already have my business, and now I'm integrating my Play Attention system into it. How do I let people know that? So marketing is not a new term. It's not a new topic. People have been marketing for years and years and years. That's how we get our business. That's how we get our name out. So what are some ways that you market now? Go ahead and type those in the chat box. So is it email marketing? Is it word of mouth? Is it social media? Do you host webinars? Do you host town halls? What does that look like? Share those in the chat box with me. That way I can kind of see, what everyone is using now, because you're using some form of marketing now. And I'm going to share some of those. So I hear word of mouth, constant contact, email campaigns. That's a great one. Website, networking and other professionals, word of mouth, website, social media. Let's see, what else do I have here? MailChimp. So let's see here. Parents, previous clients. Let's see here. I have some more word of mouth, another constant contact. So great. So as you can see, there are so many different ways that we can market. Now, the great thing about Canva is it can be tied into all of those pieces. That's really the benefit of that. You can use it to create a graphic to go into your constant contacts or your MailChimp, right? So constant contact and MailChimp, if you're unfamiliar with those are email platforms where you can send mass emails to individuals. If you're using social media, that's going to be another place, right, for us to use our Canva images that we're going to create. But there's more than just images that we can create out of Canva. I didn't hear anyone bring up ebooks, right? So ebooks are a great way to market our program and provide content to our clients. Newsletters, right? So sometimes when individuals are using Constant Contacts and MailChimp, they're using a newsletter through that. But if that's something new to you, that can be easily done through Canva, right? So taking what we traditionally know and adding on new pieces of content, because that's what our clients are looking for, right? There's so much noise out there when it comes to marketing. So how do we stand out, right? How do we stand out? How do we share the information? Play Attention is a very unique program, right? And so how do we share that with our clients to bring them in the door, right? So thank you for sharing that with me for individuals that shared what you're currently using. And if you're like, Amber, I've just started, I don't have anything, you're again in the right place. We're here to help you with that process. So this I really found super interesting. Recent surveys indicate that a business owner will spend on average 20 hours a week on marketing, right? On average. That means there are individuals spending more time than 20 hours. So if you think of a 40-hour work week and half of that we're spending on marketing, that can really be a detriment to our business because we're spending so much time trying to create these marketing campaigns to bring people in. But when those people are coming in, are we able to address them and work with them, right? That can really be the struggle, finding that balance. And then we spend as business owners anywhere between 7 and 8% of our gross revenue on marketing, right? So we're spending a ton of time on it and we're spending funds on it as well. And as you all know, marketing can be very expensive. We can spend tons and tons of money if we outsource it. So that's where we're finding that, where do we find that balance, right? I'm spending all of this time on my marketing. And if I outsource it to someone else, we can be talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So how do I find that balance? So is that surprising to you? Raise your hand if 20 hours a week is more than what you spend in a week. So if you spend less than 20 hours a week on your marketing, raise your hand. Less than 20 hours, raise your hand. So I have very, very few people raising their hand right now, okay? So I'm going to erase those hands. If you spend more than 20 hours a week right now, raise your hand. So if you're in that percentage that is spending more than 20 hours, raise your hand. And I'm seeing more hands raised on the 20 plus hours. So that just really reinforces what those studies are showing us, because we know we have to market, but now we're marketing in such new environments, right? So it's so much internet type of marketing, social media, email, right? What we knew back in the day with print, is totally different, right? So how do we adjust that to be effective going forward? So Canva can save you time. Canva is a great platform where you can create a lot of different types of marketing. So you're going to be able to create graphics that can be used for email marketing, that can be used for social media marketing, that can be used on flyers, that can be used in webinars and ebooks, right? So you can take those graphics, but you can also create those ebooks. You can create those webinars. You can create those newsletters in Canva as well. It's a great platform for that. And as I mentioned before, it's pretty low cost. There are a lot of options on in Canva that you can do for free, right? But for a low cost, and I believe it's under $20 a month, you can do more in Canva, right? So you have that opportunity to do more. So as I mentioned earlier, you can create social media posts. And the great thing about it, and I'm going to show you, is you can put them directly on your social media from Canva. So you can create them, you can schedule them, and it's kind of that one-stop shopping. Now, Facebook is really great with the fact now that you can use the Meta, because Facebook and Instagram are now merged together, and you can use your Meta dashboard to connect the two together. But you're still uploading that graphic, you're moving that piece forward. But with Canva, you can do all of that in one platform. You don't have to go outside of that. You can create ebooks. Ebooks, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't hear anyone bring up ebooks, and ebooks are a great way to bring people in. As we go through the week, we're going to be talking about email and how important it is to gather individuals' emails, because a lot of marketing now is done through social media, because it is a fast, easy, and relatively affordable. In some, in a lot of cases, you can do a lot of free marketing in social media. However, if we're not collecting email addresses, we don't own those lists, right? So we could have 20,000 people on our Facebook page, but if we don't have that information somewhere else in an email list, like as Susan mentioned, constant contact in her comment earlier, we don't own any of that, right? So if Facebook crashes tomorrow and we can't get into those 20,000 individuals and we haven't collected any email addresses, we don't have a marketing list, right? So it's so important for us to gather that information of our clients. And so ebooks are a really great way to do that, because when someone requests an ebook, they're putting in their email address to access that content. And so then we can gather that information, and that's how you build those email lists. So really important. Same thing with newsletters, right? Same thing, providing that news, that updates to your clients, because we don't want to just gather their email address and not do anything with it, right? We need to gather that information and we need to provide them content. We need to provide them and show them we are the experts, right? We here at Play Attention, if you've been around for even a little bit of time, you see how much content we provide for free every single month, right? Every single month, we're doing a new ebook. We send out newsletters. We send out blog posts. We do free webinars, right? We do at least 2 free webinars every single month, right? We're doing this workshop. It's completely free, right? So you want to provide that value, right? So we're providing a lot of value because we're providing this value for free. So if you pay for our value, imagine what you're going to get because of what we provide you at no cost, right? So it's really important to not just be sending out graphics all of the time, right? We want to build that content with that. Flyers, and even your logo. So you're brand new to Play Attention, you just started your business, or you're getting ready to start your Play Attention business. And you're like, Amber, I don't have a logo, I don't have graphics, I don't have a design person. And those kinds of things, right, can be really expensive. Well, in Canva, you can create a brand kit, you can create a logo. Very, very simple to do. And you have all of those pieces. And then that logo and branding is right there in Canva, so you can use those colors over and over again. So a lot of different pieces of information that can be used and done within Canva. However, That still can take time, right? Canva is much easier. It's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of it. As you can see here in just a second, I'm going to actually pull up my Canva page and we're going to start going through different pieces. But what you can see from what I've shared with you before is putting that content together can still take you a lot of time, right? So if you're like, oh, wow, an ebook every single month, that's a lot. I've got to, research and pull that information out, and I've got to do all of those pieces. Oh, a webinar, you want me to host a webinar every month? Well, I've got to put the PowerPoint together and I've got to do this and that. And that's where Play Attention, not only are we sharing how you can use Canva, but Play Attention has an option for you if you're one of our certified providers. Well, we provide all of that material for you, right? Canva is still going to be important in that process, but we're going to provide you with that ebook. We're going to provide you with that webinar, and we're going to provide you with those professional graphics already done. Because as you can see, when we get into Canva, it can still take 20 plus hours, right? If we're trying to pull all of that content in, all of that content together. And so by partnering with Play Attention, you've got that great content. You're seen as the expert, but it's taking you very, very little amount of time because we're providing you those deliverables. So every month we have an important theme or a hot topic. Okay, so this month we just started August. I can't believe we're already in August. So as school's getting ready to start, right, a lot of individuals are getting ready. They're either going to start sometime in this month or in early September. And reading comprehension is really a big piece, right? That's a big buzz, helping individuals. We know that there's been some loss of learning because of COVID and virtual learning and all of those different pieces. So our theme, our topic this month is reading comprehension and ADHD and reading comprehension, right? So providing tools and a program, right? The Play Attention program is integral in helping build executive function skills, which in turn help with reading success because it provides us with that ability to process information, to comprehend information, and that makes us a stronger reader, right? So that is our topic this month. So as a certified provider professional with Play Attention, we provide you with a pre-made ebook. We provide you with a PowerPoint with a script so you can host. And we're going to talk about this week, how do you use that PowerPoint? So this week we will be discussing how you take that PowerPoint and use that to bring your audience in, right? So we are going to talk about how to do that a little bit tomorrow and then Wednesday as well. And then in addition to providing you with an ebook and a PowerPoint with a script, we're also going to provide you with social media posts to target all ages. And that's another thing that we do because Play Attention can be used with such a wide variety of individuals. We provide you with graphics that can be used for adults, that can be used for teens, that can be used for children, right? Across the board, because our professionals all work with a different variety. Now, again, we're going to talk tomorrow about how do we find that audience? Is it adults our audience? Is it children? Is it teens? Is it all of the above? How do we determine that going forward? But with our Play Attention provider program, we will provide you with all of those materials. So all you have to do is upload those into Canva and put your own personal logo on them, which makes it so much easier to do. You already have your marketing logo, all your materials in Canva, and then you just simply upload the graphics and the content we provide you already. So you're saving so much time, and then you're able to start just putting in that graphic and then using it, right? Posting it to your social media and posting it to your website, which is really, really important. And that's $50 a month. $50 a month, we let you, we provide you with all of that content. You can put in your specific logo, and I'm going to show you that in Canva, how to do that. So if you're already a certified provider with us and you're like, Amber, I have all of this great content. What do I do with it? How do I make it effective for me? We're going to talk about that as we go through. So Play Attention is there to provide you all of that. So free ebooks, right? Free ebooks, as I mentioned, leaving your email to provide that free ebook. Now we're starting to build a group that we have to where we can market to more often, right? So now we have individuals that have downloaded our ebook. Okay, I have a group of individuals that downloaded my ebook. They're interested in my content. they're going to be interested in my webinar, right? So now I'm going to market to them about my webinar. And in my webinar, I'm going to talk about reading comprehension, but I'm going to talk about how play attention is effective in that process because they've already identified their pain point, right? They've already identified that reading comprehension for themselves, for their child, for their students is an area of concern. So they've already provided you with that information. And so now you are going to provide the information on how you help them with that problem, right? What do you have to help them solve that problem, right? So that's the really important piece because that's all marketing is, right? Finding the individuals that you can help and showing them how you can help them, right? So that is a really great way. But again, it takes it back to the fact that we need to funnel individuals where we want them, right? So marketing is an important piece and using Canva is important and being able to use it a lot of different places. But where do we want them to go? Do we want them to ultimately to go to our website? That's where we want to direct everybody, right? So that's where we're going to hit on social media, download our ebook, and our ebook's going to be housed on our website, right? So always finding those pieces and always putting those pieces together. So now let's take a look at Canva. So I'm going to go ahead here and bear with me for just a second, and I'm going to pull up my Canva account. And now we're really going to get into the workshop piece. So give me a little Y or a yes in the chat box if you all can see my Canva screen right now. I see it on my side, but I want to make sure everybody can see it on their side. So just give me a little Y, a little yes, that you can see that. Okay, excellent. So I'm seeing people can see that. So awesome. So if I switch between screens or something and you can't see it, please just let me know in the chat box. Again, this is very workshop environment. I want to make sure that I'm answering questions. We're really going to spend the next probably 30 minutes going through different pieces of Canva because I really want you to have those takeaways as we go forward. So you'll see here on my Canva, this is my home page, right? So if you don't have a Canva account, it's very simple. You just go to canva.com, you sign up. You sign up for free, or you can sign up with a monthly paid option. I'm going to show you in a second where it kind of differs, where you see, because we, of course, have the paid option, but you'll see kind of where it differs a little bit when you're looking at what you have for free versus the cost and where you determine that. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of different options right off the bat when I go into Canva, right? So it's showing me, because I do a lot of social media in Canva, it's showing me, okay, here are things I might want to try, right? So do I want to make a video, right? We haven't even talked about that. So you can do a video and you can upload it to a YouTube page. You know, YouTube videos really can show a lot of great pieces of information of your play attention program. So do I want to do a video? Do I want to do a Facebook post? Do I want to do a Facebook cover, right? So if you have a Facebook page, you know that that cover up top is totally different than just making a post, right? It has to be within a certain amount so it, you know, people can see that. Do I want to make a flyer? Do I want to do a presentation? An Instagram post, because an Instagram post and a Facebook post are going to be a little different based on the sizing. Do I want to make a poster? Do I want to create a logo? Do I want to do an infographic? Those are really great too, because it can provide you with an opportunity to put a lot of data in there, right? So different pieces. If you've used Play Attention for a while and you've got some really great data of who you worked with and how you've helped them and maybe even a testimonial, an infographic is a really great option to use for that information. And of course, everything we're doing here is all digital, so you can easily save it and upload it wherever you want to put it, in your website. Do you want to put it on your social media? Do you want to put it in a newsletter? So all of that's there and all of it's available. So I've got, what do you want to try? You know, learn and play. Do I want to, you know, go in and edit photos? Do I want to collaborate? And then it's going to show me my recent design. So what have I done? Now, obviously, if you're brand new to Canva, you're not going to have anything in that part, but this shows some different posts that I have done. All of these that you see on my recent designs are specific to date. And you might see that like Saturday was International Day of Friendship, right? So that's a great way to have a fun way to interact with clients on social media, right? You can ask them questions, they'll engage with you. And engagement in social media is so very important, right? We need to have that engagement so the algorithm allows our posts to be seen. And then we have some untitled designs in there, some copies, and some other pieces of information. So you're going to have all of that in there. You can also create folders. So if you have a different projects or different groups that you're working with, you can create folders and put all of your marketing or all of your Canva in that. So lots of great ways to do that. I can easily go up to the top and just click create a design, and it's going to take me to my main design tab, and we'll talk about that. Over on the left-hand side, I have obviously my home page. I can click on, oh, let's see, I gotta click. Oh, okay. Can you see now the screen? Gigi, can you see the screen now? I just want to make sure that you can see it. You can go to templates, right? So you have a lot of options as a template screen. I can go to a school template, a food template, a birthday template, business, college, sales. I can do a quote. This would be a great way to make a nice, really nice price sheet. You can create a list. You can do a lot of different options here when I'm in those categories. Let's go back to the homepage. So on my homepage now, what I want to do is I want to look at creating a design, right? So I'm going to just show you by just simply clicking on create design. I have the options, right? Video, Facebook posts, all of the ones that it was showing me before. Real quick, before we get into the specifics, because I brought it up and I want to show you, I want to talk just briefly about the logo, and it popped up a new window for me. So let me go ahead and share that with you all so you can see it here. Okay. So what you have here in the screen is an undesigned logo section, right? So this is great if you have not created a logo, you want to do a logo. This is a great opportunity for you to do it. Now, you do have to be in the professional option to do the logo. So anytime you see a little crown, and if you hover over it, it says you have to be a pro subscriber. Again, I believe the pro subscriber is like $14.99 or something. It's not hundreds or thousands of dollars, but it gives you the opportunity to just simply, and you can type in, if you want to type in education, right? So education logos, I'm going to do that. And it's going to give me some options like, oh, do I want to use a book? Do I want to use this hot air balloon or light bulb, whatever it is here, and I can change the name of that. So this gives you a lot of options to make adjustments or create a logo. You can also, if I'm on my logo and you see colors up here on top on the left-hand side, if I click those, and let me put a little annotation on here so you can see that. Up here at the very top, I clicked this box here, and it gave me all of these colors over here on the side. So now with those colors on the side, I can adjust my color palette, right? So maybe I have very specific colors that I would like to use, or colors that I've used in the past, right? And so this gives you the opportunity to make all of those adjustments. And again, it's very simple to do. All you need to do if I'm in here making adjustments is I just simply click on it and I type. Right? Or, for me, play attention, but maybe maybe I want Parcel counseling, right? So I can type in whatever I want here. If I click on this, it gives me the opportunity to change all of my font. So again, it's very, very simple to use, but you have that opportunity, and then it goes into your logo. So you see over here on the left-hand side where it says logos, my logo is saved, it goes into there. I have that, and I can pull it in to any other topics I use later. So that I wanted to show you because I think that's really important, especially for our newer play attention people or people that are getting ready to start with their play attention. And you're like, oh, I'm starting a brand new business, which is very common, right? We have individuals use this as ADHD coaches. They use it as tutors. They use it, for a lot of different ways, executive function coaches. And so just going in and building that piece as we go forward. So let me go ahead and go back here. So I'm going to reshare and go to my home page here. And what I want to do, so I was on logos here, so I'm back to my main page. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and we will do a Facebook post. So I'm going to do a Facebook post because what I want to show you in the Facebook post is what I might need to do to create one, but then how easy I can create one with my Play Attention graphics, right? So the graphics that we already have available. And tomorrow I'm going to share more of the certified provider materials that are available to you as a certified provider. It's not just the graphics. You get a lot of business type content that is very helpful when we're discussing how to find our audience. So you'll see those types of things tomorrow. So tune in and I will go into our certified provider portal and you'll be able to see a lot of those different pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and create a Facebook post. And again, it opened up a new window for me. So let me reshare my window. And so you can see what I've got here. And so now I have on my page, Untitled Design Facebook post. So when I select a very specific template, Canva is already setting up my perimeters for me. Okay, so it's going to set up my perimeters for me. So I have to add information. Now, if I don't have any Play Attention graphics and I don't have necessarily any of those pieces, now I kind of have a blank slate, right? Now, Canva does provide you a lot of templates. So right here, summer, right? Or actually, let me go back and select school because we've kind of been talking about school. So you see, if I click on school, it gives me a lot of different options for templates that I can use with school, right? So again, anytime you see the crown, that is a pro graphic. You have to have the pro version to be able to use that graphic, right? So let's say I want to pick, maybe I'm doing a back to school Play Attention event, right? So it's back to school time. I want to share my Play Attention program with parents that are getting ready to go back to school, with maybe some schools in the area. So maybe I'm going to do a lunch and learn, right? A workshop, but you're actually doing it in person. You want to do a workshop. So you want to invite individuals to your back to school event, right? So let's just say I click on this. So whenever I click on a graphic, it's going to bring that graphic right onto the screen for me. Okay, so my graphic is up here ready to go. And again, like before, I can make those adjustments of what I want. So I don't want to have emissions. I want to say free event. So I'm going to double click on here and I'm going to say free event. And I'm going to do a register for them because we can always add a link to that register. So maybe, again, I want to share with them my Play Attention website, right? Because again, we want to drive them everywhere. So I have this event. I'm inviting people digitally, right? I'm not sending out paper invites. I'm sending out electronic. And I want them to register directly through my website because then I can have all of that information. So all you have to do where it says register now, I clicked on it and then I hit these three little dots. And those three little dots give me more. And anytime, and let me bring up my annotation again so you can see. I'm going to make it a square again. Anytime you see this little, like the two chains interacting, that is a link. So you can put any website you want in that link. And so when they click on it, it automatically will direct them where you want them to go. We use that a ton. You usually will see, and individuals that do email marketing, you probably do hyperlink things in your email marketing. But this is a great way to do it in your graphics as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let me clear that graphic and we're going to go ahead and link it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to put in, Play Attention. I'm going to click OK. And now that is linked. My link is added. I have that availability. When they click on it, they're going to be driven to my website. Now, most likely, if you have an event like that, like if you've ever noticed with us, when we put a link in, we're putting them specifically where we want them to go. So if we have a registration page, we're not going to just link them to our main website. We're going to link them directly to that registration page within our website. Same with our ebooks. We're going to take them directly to our ebook library. If you've ever clicked on any of our links, you'll notice it takes them directly where we want them to go, because if they get into our website and it's hard for them to find what they want, they're most likely to leave without doing the call to action that we're trying to get them to do, right? Starts, let's see, we want it to be a specific date. So I'm going to say it is going to be, let's see, Monday, August 8th. Okay, and we're going to say 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the town hall building. Okay, you would put whatever you want. Now, if you're like, that's not very big, that writing, so all you have to do is double click what you want here, and you can always go again up to my little font here. And again, I have a lot of different fonts, but again, you'll see the crown. So sometimes certain fonts are only available if you have the Pro. But there are fonts here that you can use that aren't that are free. And I can always adjust my font, make it bigger. Now, the great thing is, let's say I have and we'll make this a different color maybe so it stands out a little bit. And I can click my little A and I can make it black writing. And now I have that here. I can also add my logo, right? So now I'm like, oh, I want to upload my logo in here. I can always go to my uploads. I happen to have our couple options of our logo here. I can click and drag in my just our little logo like this, or I could put in the full Play Attention. If I want the Play Attention, and I can always make it smaller or bigger, I can make those adjustments to it. So I have all of that there. I have all of it available. So we're going to put the little Play Attention logo up here. We're going to delete this. And so you can see that without a graphic that's already created, it does take some time. And I would obviously want this to look a little bit different. For me, this would not necessarily be something that I'd be like, oh, I'm going to send this out. I'm doing this quickly, obviously, for purposes of what we're doing today. But you can see where you can get in. I mean, it's taken me 10 minutes to get here. And I'm like, maybe, the wording is a little bit hard to read, and I might need to make some adjustments and all of those different pieces. But let's say I spent the time on my graphic. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to download it. So you have a couple options here. Now, up here at the very top where it says free event, that's where you're going to want to name your graphic. So we're going to say, free town hall. And here is where I can share that information. So when I want to share that information, I have a lot of options. So when I click on share this design, I can send it to someone. Say maybe I want somebody to take a look at it. Hey, did I get all of the pieces? Does this look okay? I can copy that link and send it to them. Or I have some options here, right? So I have put it directly on my Facebook page. Now, you'll need to link your Facebook. Anything that you want to link social media wise, you'll have to link it directly to your Canva page, but it's very simple. You just go in and you link that. So I can put it directly on my Facebook page. I can schedule it, right? So if I click schedule, it brings me up with my schedule. When do I want to put it? Do I want to make it available a couple different days so I make sure people see it on a regular basis? I can also, let's see here, I can put it in a Facebook group. So if you're familiar with Facebook, a lot of organizations will do a Facebook group because you get more engagement, you can connect more, and so you have that opportunity. So you maybe want to put it directly in a Facebook group that you have, or you want to just view the link. Also, though, you can download that. So I can simply download that directly onto my computer. If I click download, I have a couple options. PNG is the suggested format it's going to put it in. That looks best when we're putting a graphic up. It used to be a JPEG, now it's a PNG, a little bit nicer graphic. You can adjust it though. You can make it a PDF, you can make it a JPEG, you can make it a PDF for printable, you can make it an MP4 video, you can make it a GIF. That's another thing. You can make a GIF in here. So there are so many options. Obviously, we're not going to get to all of those today, but there is a lot that you can do within Canva. So you can do all of those different pieces. So if I want to save it as a PNG, I've named it, I have what I need to do. I can make it a transparent background. I can compress the file, which is going to take the quality down. I can save the download settings. But once I click download, it's going to just download that for me. Okay, so I can download that directly. It went right into my file folder on my computer. I have that available. I can use that how I want, right? Maybe I wanted to put a graphic on my email. So I've got that option. And remember, because I hyperlinked my website, it's really great for them to use that, right? So that you can see, obviously we did it fairly quickly here, but it could take a while for you to find all of those pieces that you want, put that together. And that's just a graphic, right? That doesn't talk about creating the newsletter or the ebook where you're pulling in content. You don't want to just, show them pictures all the time. You need to provide that content for them. And so again, that's where the Play Attention certified provider materials can be really, really helpful. So let me show you. So we're going to go back. Let me go ahead and close this. Give myself a little check mark on here. And so let's say I want to go to a brand new template here. So I'm just going to pick a brand new template. Let's go, we'll go home here. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to add your logo into a Play Attention graphic. So if I go back here, I want to do a social media post. I want to post, let's see, I want to post onto Instagram. Again, it opened up a new window. So let me go ahead and share that with you all. Okay. So I have my new window here. Can you see the new window? It's got a blank page on here. I just want to make sure that you all see it. So again, give me a Y if you see just the blank, the Untitled Design page. It's just got a blank square, nothing in there. Okay, so I am getting yeses. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to show you how simple it is to add in your certified provider Play Attention graphics. Now, if you already are a certified provider, I'm going to show you how to do this. If you're not and you want to talk about how do I become that, that sounds like something that would be really great for my business. We can talk about that as well. But let me show you here. So I have my my plain graphic here, right? So I'm here, I've got it. I want to add in my new Play Attention graphic. So if I simply click on uploads, I uploaded a couple of them already. So a couple of these graphics you see are brand new graphics we have this month. But if I need, okay, I have my new one, I downloaded it. It's as easy as just clicking upload file. It goes into my little file cabinet. I click on whatever I want to open. I click upload and boom, it's there. So it's super easy to do. It's super easy to bring files into your Canva. And so if I want to, let's say I want to do the ebook piece. So I'm going to click on this. And now all of a sudden I have my ebook graphic. So I can make it a little bit bigger if I want here. So I just simply do that. And now let's see here. I want to just add my logo. So now I'm like, okay, now you do see Play Attention certified provider up there, which is great if you're a certified provider. But now let's say I have a separate logo that I want to add in there. All you have to do is simply go to, and I don't have any other logos updated, but just again, like with the Play Attention logo, I just drag and I drop. Now it's going to be, this one's hard to kind of see because of the way the graphic is, but I could change the color on this. I can make that adjustment. And now as easy as that. And if you're like, well, Amber, I have text to my logo, or I want to add text, you simply just go to your text box and add a heading. And there, boom, you've got text. It's there and available. So instead of trying to get all of the information you need, all of the graphics, all of the pictures, all of those different pieces together, plus your logo, you're simply just uploading that file, adding that logo on there. It makes it really, really easy. And again, you can just add it into social media. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Or you can, save it a lot of different ways. So it makes it so much easier when you have that content already provided, because if I go back to my home page here, and let's share that with you. And I'm back at my home page, and let's say I want to do a ebook, or we'll just say I want to do an ebook. So let's see here. I want to create a design, and I want to create, let's see here, an ebook. So ebook cover, and then my ebook content, or let's actually, let's do a newsletter. That'll be a little bit easier for you to see. So again, let me pull up my newsletter graphic here for you. Okay, so now you have a newsletter here that you can do. And so again, if you had to have all of the content, similar thing as an ebook, you would have all of the information you would need here. Okay, I want to pick weekly news, right? So I've got all of this, but I've got to put in all of that content, right? So again, a really great way. And even easier of the ebook that we would have is you would just load this in, and again, you could just put your logo right in there. So you can see here where the different options I have available. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it just a little bit bigger. So you can see here, it provides me with that information, but I've got to go in there and I've got to type in all of the content, and I need to add all of that information in. But that's how you would go about doing a newsletter or an ebook or even a presentation. I can go back to my home page and I can click on presentation and I can look at that presentation. So I go back to my home page and I would do, let's see here, let me close this. I can do a presentation. So again, it opened, let's see here, let's get that up there for you. So again, you can do a presentation in here and it gives you that, again, the ability to have all of the different pieces. So if I selected this, I can go in and now I have all 9 pages for this blue and green modern graduation university. But again, so here's one of the pages. I've got to go in and provide all of that information. And then once I get all of my presentation done, then I need to go back and I need to write my script, right? That's available for all of those different pieces, okay? So again, the content that Play Attention provides you does make things easier. However, this is a great platform for us to use all of the different pieces. So we've got a little over 10 minutes left. And so I want to talk just briefly about how you would easily use this in a calendar setting. So, sometimes when we're working with marketing, even marketing that we're provided, we're like, okay, we still have to have that plan of when we're going to post, what is our strategy, what is our call to action this week? Is our call to action getting people into a webinar where we're going to present stuff? Is our call to action having one-to-one consultations? What is that call to action? What are we trying to do? And so we go into our content planner. But again, content planner is going to be part of the paid version of Canva, but it gives you a great opportunity to create where you're going to put all of that content. And so I showed you earlier a graphic that I did, a fun graphic on social media that we did this weekend for International Friendship Day. So if you look on this calendar, you have the option to look at, so International Cat Day, right? So International Cat Day doesn't really have anything to do with Play Attention. However, it gives you that fun interaction, right? So we're providing content, but we're also having fun and interacting with them as well. So that's what those kinds of days help with. We have International Youth Day. So that would be a great one where you could really tie that in to Play Attention, and you could create a design, and it gives you lots of options available for that. That would be outside of even what Play Attention would provide to you. So here you can share your content planner. You can also put in social media holidays. You can take out your events. You can do a lot of different pieces here. You can create a new design. And of course, you can link in your social media in your settings. You just go into your settings and you have that option here. Let's see if it brings all of that up here. It goes in and it allows me to, go in and put in my different settings that I have available. So let's go ahead and go back here to our main page. And so I have all of these availability, all of these different pieces available to me to make these different choices. Now, some of the really neat things that you can do also, depending on your business, depending on how you engage with people, is you also have the ability to use different apps, right? So a big thing that I'm seeing all over the place, a couple of weeks ago, I was in California, and you see it all over the place. And I see it here too, more and more in North Carolina, but the QR code, right? So the QR code, so you want information, click on the QR code. And it used to be you had to have an app on your phone available to do the QR code, to read it. But now you simply put your camera right over the QR code and the link for that information pops right up, and then you click on the link with your phone. that is a great, fun, interesting, exciting thing to do if you're providing content as well. Maybe you want to keep it kind of small and not overly crowded. So that is a great option. You can do QR codes. You can link an app to do QR codes in here. Lots of different apps that you can use that we don't necessarily have or use, but you can do that. If you have QR codes you're already using, you can import that media into here and use that with other things that you're doing. So I wanted to click on that because I found that really interesting. We haven't gone down that path yet, but it's something that Canva provides. And I find that really useful with Canva is that they're continuing to grow, right? As marketing changes like that, right? We are so much, in the last couple years, how marketing has developed, especially over the last 30 or 40 years, but even over the last few years, how marketing has changed. Like I said, the QR code, you used to have to have a special reader on your phone, your smartphone. You don't need that anymore, right? So providing that as we go forward. So that kind of wraps up today, providing those different pieces that we have available, the things that Canva can do for you, the ability for Play Attention to provide you with marketing. I'm going to open it up here. Let me go ahead and go back to my PowerPoint slide and give you just the last kind of just wrapping up information. So next steps, we always like to provide next steps in our webinars, our workshops. So next steps would be come to tomorrow's webinar. How do you know your audience? As I mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit more about the certified provider, what is provided in that, how that's going to help with you as well. But we're going to talk about tips and strategies of how do we know our audience? Who do we know we're targeting, who we want to target, right? That can help us elevate our business so much quicker, because we're not reaching out to the wrong people. We want to reach out to the right people. We want to reach out to the people that have that pain point that we can fix, right? If you are brand new with learning about Play Attention, maybe you haven't started with your Play Attention plan, but you're like, wow, I would really be interested in learning how to start my business. Or you have a Play Attention home program and you're like, wow, this is kind of, maybe this is my sign to start moving in that direction as professional. And if you'd like to learn more and you want to do a consultation of the pro options, type in consultation. If you're already a Play Attention professional and you're like, wow, the certified provider, that's some great information. That marketing would save me a ton of time. And you're interested in learning more about the certified provider, simply type in certified provider. Now, if you have any questions that I can address regarding Canva or different pieces like that, please feel free to type them in. Or if you kind of have that big question that you're like, maybe we'll touch on it this week, we haven't gotten there yet, you can put that question in here before we wrap up. And if it's something we're going to address later in the week, I will let you know that. If it's something that is a bigger question that we can address on Friday at our Q&A, let us know that as well. Go ahead and type that in there. So I'll give you all a couple, a couple minutes here to go ahead and put those questions in that you might have. Again, this has been recorded, so you will get the recording via email. Like I said, it usually takes about 24 hours to get that all together and then sent out. So about the time that you're logging in for tomorrow's webinar, you'll see that come via email. And then if you're interested in how to find your audience, we will be talking about that tomorrow. Request a consult to review your professional options or your certified provider options. Go ahead and type in consultation or certified provider if you're interested in those things. Submit a question for your Q&A. Susan, yeah, your ebook on your website, we will discuss that as we kind of continue on through the week. But yes, the best place that we found for our ebooks is hosting them on our website. And the reason why is because we want to direct everyone to our website. We do social media, we do, we work, we use that and we leverage that, but we're always directing people to our website because that's where we can gather information. We can get email addresses. We can see what they're specifically interested in. You can sign up for our website, webinars specifically on that. So that's where we direct them. So specifically, we have an ebook library. So we have in our website, and I don't know, you and I can always connect offline later, but if depending on who is hosting your website, right, whatever that website hosting is being done, is you can create a obviously separate tabs for different areas of your website. But we have resources. We have a resources tab, and that's where our webinars live. That's where our ebooks live. That's where our 30-day mindfulness challenge that just wrapped up yesterday lives. That's where all of those different pieces are. So when they want to know more, they click on resources. And then if they click on ebooks, a pop-up will come up first. Well, it's not even a pop-up. I think it's just a page that says to download our latest ebook, fill out this information, its name, email address, and then if they're interested in it for themselves, for a child, what that looks like. And then it provides them the download. So then there's a link pops up and they can download that ebook directly onto them. Well, it gathers, then we have an email that hosts, that connects with our website. And so we get that information so we know who downloaded what ebook and those types of things. Same with our webinars, except we know who is registered so that we can make sure the recording goes to the right individuals, and then we can market to them depending on what their needs are. So just shoot me an email when we're done, Susan, and let me know who you guys use for your website host, and that will help kind of direct the answer to that question. But I know even on a platform as simple as Wix, which is you drag and drop and create your own website, you can create places for individuals to get information from you in a download format. You just load that in, they click on it, and it provides that information. So great question. But our point of view, and most individuals that you'll talk to, regardless of the business platform or what they're selling or what they're providing, what services they're providing, you're going to want to have a website. You're going to want to direct people to that website because they can get a lot of information from social media. But again, if social media ends tomorrow and you can't get into it, you've lost all of those clients. And so making sure you house a place where you can not only, it's not like you're just taking their information, but you can nurture those clients, those leads. And that's a great place to do it because you own that website. So good. You said I answered your question. So excellent. Okay. So that was our day one workshop, Canva. And I don't even say everything Canva because it was not even, the tip of the iceberg, but I wanted to provide that information for you because it's what we use. Those graphics that you saw, we create those in Canva. Again, takes time. And so, thinking about how you provide that information for others, it could be a really great option for you to partner with us in that certified provider, because one of the many awesome things we provide you is that content every single month. And it's the same content we're using. So very much quality and really does draw individuals in. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Thank you all for attending today. If you requested something, if you had a question, we will reach out to you regarding those different pieces. Same time tomorrow, 11:30 Eastern time. Again, it will be recorded, and we will be addressing how to know and find your audience for your clientele tomorrow. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If you need anything, you can always reach out to us directly. The email that comes out about the Zoom, if you do reply, it does come back to me. So I'm always happy to answer your questions. Remember, if you think of a bigger question that we may or may not be addressing, please feel free to submit those, and we can always address those specifically on Friday if it doesn't fit into one of our other 4 days. Okay. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to chatting with all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Take care.